Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Roger A. Tabbitt, and we're going to go into a world of magic. As you see with this mask, I kind of couldn't resist. I had this mask because of Magician's Greatest Secrets revealed, so I'm going to reveal it. Is this your card? Is this your card? Is this your card? Anyway, so there is reason to this. Hence, my subject is magic. So, we will eventually find out the card, won't we? As you can see, I'm attempting one of the most famous card tricks where a magician shows the audience or participant a card, and they attempt in numerous ways to guess the card that is chosen. Unless one watches the videos or is really good at debunking, there's only one explanation how this card trick can be successfully implemented. It's magic. Anyway, so bear with me. Magic comes in all ways, shapes, and forms. Some of the basic elements of magic involve a magician or entertainer, an audience, and of course, the trick. One of the greatest wonders of the world has captivated, entertained, and intrigued people for centuries, none other than the wonderful world of magic. From the street performers of the 1100s to such modern great street performers, or big names like Chris Angel and Copperfield, magic has captivated people for centuries. This program will help individuals of all ages and all cultures become entertained as a result of watching and are engaging in the activities. More importantly, when used as therapeutic intervention, it brings the elements of intrigue and wonder to a wide population of participants in the activity. In the following minutes, I'm going to describe the history, the theoretical foundations, the effectiveness as an intervention, and the implementation of a technique of a magic trick. I will show you guys. All right. Historically, magic has been in existence in many ways, shapes, and forms for centuries. Ancient cultures have shown numerous references to magic culture in a ritualistic, spiritual, and even supernatural sense. One of the most famous historical magicians was Matthew Buchinger, who played numerous instruments, hornpipe, calligraphy, bottle ships, you named it. He did it all. Uniquely, of all things that was especially unique, he did it without arms or legs. He was born without arms or legs. Very cool, interesting fact. One of the most famous techniques that Buchinger used was that of the ball under the cup of shell techniques, where you put the ball under the cup and you get the person to try to guess which cup the ball is under. With sleight of hand, hence, oh, there's my thumb, sleight of hand. That's another example. He used that and he played people to, try to guess the ball in the cup, and sometimes he got it right, sometimes he got it wrong. Great trick to learn, great way to take people's money. Anyway, another name that may come to me familiar is Eric Weiss, a.k.a. Harry Houdini, who adapted one of his predecessors in magic, Eugene Robert Houdin. And one of his most noted tricks was the straitjacket trick, where he would get locked in a chest or submerged in water, and somehow he used different techniques like hiding keys in his mouth, or he'd be able to dislodge parts of his body or dislocate in order to get himself out of straitjackets. A lot of these modern magicians utilize that same kind of process, and it's quite amazing. It is magic, but it is being revealed. The best way to describe the process of magic, one must understand the foundation of magic and the use of magic as a medium. First, the recreation therapist must select that the individual be interested. You got to captivate your audience. Second, the trick must be prepared where the magician must mentally and systematically prepare for the trick. Some are quick, some take days to prepare. Hence the term, next one. Practice, practice, practice. Practice it until you got it down to a science. Then it's easy, second nature, and easily teachable to others because you taught yourself. You must also become an actor. You must have that stage presence, not just to be all bedazzled on stage and look good, but you're using it intentionally to distract the audience while you're doing a sleight of hand or an illusion. You got to keep the audience looking at you or your assistants, anything to keep them captivated and distracted. The purpose of magic as therapeutic intervention, or TI, is to address a couple things with the patient's audience. You can help them see the big picture by participating in the trick and to grasp it, match the tricks to help with the goals that they're trying to achieve, and teaching them the tricks to learn to help them successfully perform tricks for other individuals. Theoretically, the two main theoretical foundations that we will address in therapeutic recreation use of magic involve self-determination theory and the conceptual framework of the therapeutic use of magic. First off, there's self-determination approach to magic. SDT was developed in the 70s. Deci and Ryan created a more modern theory where it correlated with individuals with disabilities in TR. SDT states in order for one to be determined, one must have three basic needs met, and these are autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Autonomy is when you have control over your own actions and behavior in a good way. Competence is where a person masters a certain set of skills. like practice makes perfect with magic. Yes, exactly. Finally, relatedness, where one uses this magic tricks to entertain audiences and develop connections and similar interests with a group of people and make new friends. When these goals are met, one will become determined and will engage more in activities, especially with the therapeutic use of magical entertainment. Conceptually, framework-wise, magic is kind of a science. Oh, it can be. You see all sorts of different things doing scientific facts and regulations. And it involves a folklore or a story as to why that trick came about. And it's an entertainment factor. And it's an art that can evaluate and entertain and falls under the category of therapeutic expressive arts. The use of magic as an expressive art is a group that utilizes performing arts to help improve participants' functional abilities. So you're using different parts of the body, mind, and soul to get them out there and entertain themselves as well as others. Magic does this by having the participant take on the role as a magician, and they become the entertainer in their own method of presenting the trick. They show their own personality in their acting. So the participant will address their emotional, social, cognitive, physical strength, and by using the self-expressionism of art, their imagination and participation mind-body connections, they are addressing all these factors through the use of magic. Effectiveness of intervention for 3 different populations. So, we've got to take a look at 3 different types of populations that have proven to have benefited from magic as a therapeutic intervention. One population that has benefited from magic as a therapy were some magic tricks were kids with hemiplegic cerebral palsy with Green and colleagues in 2013. Trained magicians worked with the children through the use of hand-arm bimanual intensive therapy or habit. Magic as a habit. Good. The magicians engaged with the students in a two-week camp and taught them adaptive magic tricks that the children could successfully comprehend as well as perform the magic tricks with adaptations. At the end of the camp, each child did a magic show for the audience. The research showed that the successful participation in the habit program helped maintain and improve the children's motivation, cognition, and it made a program a success. We got with kids. What about older kids? High school. This was a second population that was addressed by Elder and colleagues in 2012. They attempted to see if magic tricks could help students remember concepts from their classes. Can it? Let's see. They incorporated 12 illusions for 2 experimental classes for junior and freshman students. The results showed that the students of the freshman class improved their scores by 20%, and the juniors improved their scores by 10%. This experiment proved that by incorporating magic into a non-disabled individual's curriculum, cognition and academic performance can also be improved with magic. So, yeah, not just disabled. Anybody can get something out of magic. All right. Last but not least, let's go to the elderly population. Bedini utilized magic as an intervention tool in 2008 with 13 elderly adults in long-term care with physical, social, emotional, and cognitive deficits. They did a 10-week intervention group for 10 weeks and bi-weekly 20 to 45-minute sessions. Sounds like a total APID process, doesn't it? And it is a process. Anything can be in a process, especially with magic. The magic tricks were taught, and then the patients performed the tricks with each other toward the end of the session. The intervention was proven successful in the improvement of the participants' goals of reducing depression, improved initiative, improved self-esteem, and increased social interaction. So, wow, that's just amazing what it can do, what magic can do for all ages and ability levels. Isn't that just great? So, as you can see, there are 3 fantastic examples of how therapeutic use of magic can be utilized for different populations. They can be used for all populations and disability levels. One just has to do the research and get to know the audience so they can successfully modify and adapt the group so that anyone will likely succeed. And the proof is in the pudding that they can improve their overall health and well-being as a result of magic. So, as you saw, we went through different facets of magic. We talked about the effectiveness of the intervention for the populations. We talked about theoretical foundations. We talked about history and description of the purpose and introduction. So, without further ado, let's move into the magic trick. I will show you guys a wonderful magic trick. These cards I had in my hand, the magic secrets. will be revealed. So, this is a classic magic trick pretty easily. So, as you can see, the aces at the bottom of the deck. There you go. We have diamonds, clubs, hearts, and spades in sequential order. Keep that at the bottom. As you can see, the twos, the threes, the fours, six, and all the way to the kings. But as you noticed, it is in sequential order, not just in the suits and numbers, but it's also, yes, diamond, club, heart, spade. Same for all suits and numbers. All right, so this one's pretty good. So what you do is you find another individual, and this is a classic. So you cut the deck 8 times. I'll just show you one hand to the other. So, ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. 2 more, and 7, and 8. So, what do you guys think happened? Did I mix the cards up? Are they all jacked up all over the place and shuffled up? So, let's see what happened. So, as you can see, they didn't actually mix up. They kind of did, but very slightly. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, Kings. You just put them back down at the bottom. Sometimes, as you can see, I obviously need practice with this trick, but the concept of this trick, it's kind of an illusional sleight of hand kind of situation. So what you do is by that having that other individual cut the deck numerous times, they're thinking that they actually shuffled it up and messed up the numbers, and it's going to look like your standard set of cards during a poker match. But as you saw, only changed it slightly, and still back to normal, as it was, all suits in sequential order. So, the way to implement this is you will show this to volunteer staff with their own individual sets of cards until they have successfully understand and they master the art of the suit stack trick. That's what I call it, the suit stack trick. After they successfully complete the trick, they can start the trick with students and show them how to implement the card trick as well. Once the students have understood and mastered this card trick, they can go to their friends, they can go to their parents, their teachers, all sorts of wonderful people can learn this magic card trick. So, of course, an adaptational audience could be children with visual impairment. If they're visually impaired, then the volunteer or TR staff can verbally cue the process as they are doing the trick with the visually impaired child. Or another idea would be to have cards that have Braille on them, different Braille signifying different numbers and suits and all that. And they could just do it the same way too. So have it all in order, in sequential order. So once they fully understand the trick, they can, with the volunteer's help, or if they got the Braille, they can do it without help. They can help set up the deck of cards for the child that is visually impaired, and they perform the trick with another non-impaired or impaired child, completely up to their choice. All they have to do is touch and feel the card deck as they're doing it 8 times. And after the mastery of the trick is complete, you can do a debriefing and see if there are any questions about the trick and see what we can address the group and how make the children feel. So in conclusion, we have successfully implemented a card trick with a new set of students. We have also demonstrated that through the use of magic as a therapeutic medium, these children have improved their mental, physical, emotional, cognitive, and socialization well-being as a result of participation in this group. The wonder and amazement that these individuals was no card trick. It was no interventional therapeutic technique. It was all magic. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to show my interest in courses and magic. And it's a great thing to show others. As you can see, I did shuffle it, so don't cut it 8 times. Do it any other way. It's going to kind of get it all maxed up. But not just those tricks. There's a bunch of easy tricks. Go out on YouTube, friends, family, all sorts of options out there. Thanks for watching. I really enjoyed making this video. This is Roger Tabbitt. You guys have a great day. Thank you.